I'm Jonathan here with Harbor Freight Measurement Toolbox. I have my Harbor Freight 12-foot tape here. I got 8 cool things about a tape measure here. Number 1 is measurement. This is the most important tool for making just about anything, from making clothes to houses to building projects, and you have to know measurement well. So how the tape measure works in the U.S., we're in inches and feet. If you have 1 inch right here and you want to cut it in half, there's your halfway mark. It's the second longest tick marked after the full inches. Then you take those and cut it in half again to get 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, and then you would take those and cut them again in half to get 8ths. So 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and then back to 8/8, which is 1. You could cut those in half again to get 16ths. So now I'd have 1/16, 2/16, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/16, 8/16, 9/16, 10, 11/16, 12, 13, 14, 15/16, back to 16/16 or 1. So the most important thing is measurement. And next cool thing about a tape is you see how this front little grab hook here moves? Well, it travels the exact amount of the thickness of it. And the reason why that's the case, here's a box I made, is if I'm doing an outside measurement, I pull that tab, I can see the measurement, or if I'm doing an inside measurement, I push that tab in and it subtracts it. So that's 5 on the inside, 6 on the outside. Our third cool feature is you could use this tape as a straight edge. You just hook your part, works a little better with a pencil and a board. And then off that tape, you could draw a straight line. Number 4, you could also use it as a compass. I don't want to put a nail in my whiteboard, so I put a nail in the board here. You just hook that nail. That little piece right cut out there is a nail hook. You hook that nail, and then you can use it as a compass to say I want a 2-foot radius circle. And that's how I could draw a circle and use my tape as a compass. Number 5, if I want to divide something into 3 equal parts, say I have this pine board right here, and it's about 11 1/4. I want to divide that into 3 equal measurements. Well, I just find a number I can divide, like 15, into 3 equal parts, and I set it at an angle from 0 to 15, and then all 3 of those are divisible easily by 5. So I mark it at 5 and 10. Then I draw those lines, and that'll split into 3 equal parts. Okay. Number 6 is subtracting fractions. The way I subtract fractions on this is, let's say, I don't know, I have 23 1/2, and I want to subtract 10 1/4. I pull my tape all the way out to 23 1/2. Right, so I find 23 1/2 right there. Then I line up the end of the tape right at 23 1/2, and then I want to go back 10 1/4. So I go back 10 1/4. And then I look right across the tape and see that I have 13 1/4. Right? So that's how you can subtract fractions right on your tape. Dividing fractions is kind of a cool trick too. Let's say, I don't know, I want to divide 23 1/2 again. I fold my tape over, I bring it to 23 1/2. Then I look right down the center there, and I can see it's 11 3/4. So I line it up on what I'm dividing at 23 1/2. I look down the center, and I see it's 11 3/4. Okay? And then lastly, you can figure out what year you were born in, or what year anybody was born in. You pull this tape all the way out to the current year, 2017, so I'll go out to 117. Figure out that I'm 49 years old. I go back to 49, and I could see I was born in 66. Those are 8 cool tricks you could do with the Harbor Freight tape measure.